Hello, and welcome to this presentation. Today, we will be informing you about the various facts of the constellation Cepheus. Now, this project was done by Michael Vogel, Katie Kilgore, Terry Ramos, and Nathan. First, I would like to start off with a few background information. Now, Cepheus was named after the king of Ethiopia. The Greek astronomer Ptolemy was the first person to catalog the Greek constellation Cepheus. This was done in the 2nd century. Cepheus is located at 90 degrees and -10 degrees. Out of all 88 constellations, Cepheus is the 27th largest one. It is located inside the 4th quadrant of the North Hemisphere. Now, here's something that many people don't know about the constellation, or constellations for that matter. So you see, constellations are a lot like humans. They live in neighborhoods like us, but theirs are called quadrants. Now, inside their quadrants, they have neighbors, also like us. Now, Cepheus has many neighbors. Some of them are included Camelopardalus, Cygnus, Cassiopeia, Draco, Laceria, and Ursa Minor. Now, some expert astronomers have reasons to believe that these constellations are very close in the fact that they like to have many neighborhood cookouts and block parties with each other. But there is no certain proof of this. Now, another fun fact about Cepheus, it only has one star that has known planets revolving around it. And also, Cepheus, inside Cepheus, there is no meteor showers that are associated with it. And so, this leads me to assume that it must be a very dirty constellation. Now here is some information about some of the stars in the constellation. The brightest star in the constellation is Alderaan. It is a white class A star that is evolving from a main sequence star to a supergiant. Now apparently the apparent magnitude is 2.5141. Its revolution is at an incredibly high speed, revolving in 12 hours tops. This star can be seen by the naked eye because it is so bright. Now moving on to the next star. This star's name is called the Garnet Star, and it is one of the largest stars that has ever been observed in the entire galaxy. It is a red supergiant. Its apparent magnitude is between 3.67 and 5. Its radius is approximately 1,650 times larger than the Sun. Now, I don't know about you, but I have to believe, and I will believe, that that is a very large star. Now, the star has begun to fuse helium into carbon, so it is unstable and expected to explode into a supernova in the near future. And by near future, I mean a few million years. Now, on to the last star that we will be talking about. Alpha. Alpha is a triple star with an apparent magnitude of approximately 3.18. Its name comes from the Arabic language, and that means the flock. It serves as a prototype for a class of stars known as the Beta Cepheus variable stars. Now, moving on. There are many magnificent objects in the constellation Cepheus. Here are just a few of the great objects. One of the more interesting objects in the constellation is the Fireworks Galaxy. It was discovered by William Herschel in 1798. It is a spiral galaxy, and it has 9 supernovas which have been discovered. Apparently, the apparent magnitude is 9.6. Now there is a beautiful open cluster known as the Wizard Nebula. It was discovered by Caroline Herschel in 1787. The stars in it are less than 5 million years old, making it a very young open cluster. And for the last object that we will be observing, and it is also a very famous nebula inside the constellation known as the Iris Nebula. It is a reflection nebula with an apparent magnitude of 6.8. The interesting thing about this nebula is that it is actually a star cluster embedded inside of a nebula. Now that, my friends, is what I like to call crazy science. And that is very interesting, which is one of the many reasons why our constellation is one of the most interesting of all of its kind. That will be the conclusion of our project today. I hope you enjoyed it and had a great time. I know I didn't. So, here to follow up is our works cited. Thank you. Have a magnificent day.